All right, Miles, get me in. Yeah.
Right,
Cheers.
cheers. No,
Cheers.
get a
Cheers.
good cheers.
Kyle, you better make eye contact with me. You haven't done. Yeah, they're all looking
Oh,
big, beautiful bastards there.
Aw.
God. Do you have a map right now? Because I just got lost in your eyes.
Oh God. Oh
God. Like it's.
Miles.
So welcome to the Steamboat Comedy
Anyways.
Podcast.
Oh, I didn't
everybody.
realize we were recording.
Yeah.
Mercury's in retrograde. That's why my jokes suck. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for
Is
sure.
that-
I
is
mean, so Mercury's in retrograde as of today. Mercury's in Gatorade, whatever. But,
Oh,
you know,
shit.
people like to blame things on Mercury in retrograde. But if you suck all the time, then, like, you can't really use that miles. So I don't really know what to tell you.
Oh, I guess I'll just put a frickin' Tony Romo sticker on me, and then I won't suck. I
Oh.
don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that's how that
what?
works.
So, yes. Yeah,
This is
podcast
an astrology
one.
podcast.
No, it's
everyone.
not. No, don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. Stay tuned.
More
I can
like
see everyone
astrology
just-
podcast.
Yeah, right.
I thought this was going
Everyone's-
to be cool, and then
yeah.
she mentioned astrology.
And they just tuned off. All right. Anyways, welcome to the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. My name is Kyle Ruff. I'll be getting through this adventure. To my right is the beautiful and talented Kendra Ruthless, also known as Kendra Ruth. Say hello.
Hey there.
You totally nailed that. All right. To her right is Spencer Powell, the Spence House. Say hello, Spencer.
Yo.
I didn't say yo, Spencer. You goddamn jerk off. And then to his right is the Styles Manchez, a.k.a. Miles
Boy who
Sanchez.
lived.
When I say hello, the boy who lived.
Do you want me to just say hello, or can I say?
No, you can say whatever you want.
I can
It's
say
only,
whatever I
It's
want.
only Spencer can't say whatever.
Well, if I can say whatever I want, that's all I'm gonna say.
I thought you were just going to say the N-word.
Yeah.
Hard R.
Ninjas.
Ninjas.
Yeah.
All right, well, cool. Thank you to all of our moms who are listening right now, and hopefully some of our friends. We are 4 members of the Steamboat Comedy Group here in
Sure
Steamboat
are.
Springs, Colorado. Beautiful Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Remote.
So you might be asking yourself, why am I listening to this? Well, good question. But here's an answer.
I guess
Well,
so.
Yeah.
We just like to hear ourselves talk mostly.
Basically, comics are kind of cocky. And I guess we're trying to be comics, so I guess this is why you're listening. Maybe you saw our shows.
We're like a
Maybe
DIY how to like make your own comedy somewhere else.
other than
So
and then
that's-
not living in a big city, because
Exactly.
we're not trying to do that.
So that's kind of
Not about that life.
our whole shebang
Yeah.
is in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, which is not a huge metropolis by any means, but a decent little town. There wasn't really much going on as far as comedy goes, and we, as a little group of friends, have kind of made a
Well,
little scene here, and
we-
so
we
I
We
weren't
weren't
guess
friends.
We weren't friends.
yeah, no, well, we're still
Nobody
not. I
knew
fucking hate all of you.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know if I can call you my friend now, but maybe you, Kyle. But
yeah, whatever, Kevin. So
Hey,
It's Ken.
it's gonna be Ken.
basically, I guess we want to just give the story from the start.
Dom, our founding father, is not here with us at the moment. He's probably
dead.
crying. Oh, dead to me.
He's in the same place as all the other founding fathers and dead for a very long
Hell.
time. 'cause
Oh.
Dom's
America.
a very old guy.
Yeah.
He's the oldest 26-year-old. He's 25 or
He's
26?
25.
25.
That
He
makes me
is the
depressed.
oldest
Yeah.
25-year-old.
He's the
old.
founding son, maybe then? Maybe not the founding father. Like maybe like the founding nephew.
Yeah.
Like
The founding nephews of this country would be proud of Dom.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
No, he's like a
He's so
Benjamin Button
old.
type scenario.
He definitely, if we had a mall
He's been
here,
alive
he
for
would
5
doing mall
minutes.
laps. He would be doing mall laps if we had a mall here, for sure. Anyways, he's our founding father. Him and Brittany, what up, girl?
Shout out to Brittany.
Shout out to Brittany.
a
They
pee
were
in your
like,
butt. What? Shit. You guys weren't supposed to come back to me on that. We're just supposed to keep going.
anyway.
Don't worry, we'll edit that out.
No, we won't.
I still pee in your butt.
But so
Anyways, but speaking of butts,
but
okay, so they were like, we have talent here in Steamboat. Instead of bringing like other big comics, which hopefully we would like to do, let's crash an open mic. Let's all give our best 5 minutes. A couple of us has done it before. I know Kyle, you've done it. Spence house. You've done it. How you doing over there, Spence house?
I'm doing good.
It's being so sexy over there.
You're just
Yeah, I'm doing
the
good.
light is just gleaming on your eyes. in
Is
the
that
right
your favorite shirt, by the
angle.
way? The green shirt is your favorite one?
That's
It's my costume for a green screen. It's like,
So wait, is it a costume as you're trying to be
The
a
green-
green screen?
yes, yes.
Like
if,
you go to a
if you want to like put a bunch of like fish or like birds into my body, you could. A little bit of knowledge with Adobe After Effects, and you can make my torso into whatever you like.
Let's do it.
Whatever I like.
don't
you
threaten me
can-
with a good time.
Oh.
You can put
Heyo.
Kendra's boobs onto my chest.
Oh my god! And then you'd
And-
be the new Perfect Tits McGee.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
wanna-
Yeah.
I just wanna-
McGee.
I just want to Photoshop a bunch of donuts on you and eat you all up.
Oh,
You-
Miles.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so you're
do-
you're
I'm a
getting the
little
you can do
scared.
anything. That's what I've been
Anything I
trying to say.
want.
You
I
guys
can
are
only
getting
get
the
so
concept.
erect. Let's keep to the story. So
So
Dom and Brittany
yeah,
colluded
they colluded,
and to bring comedy to Steamboat Springs.
and it just so happens that we all didn't fucking suck our first open mic.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Heyo!
So I don't know if it was the same for you, but basically what happened was Brittany put out a post on Facebook
Yes.
and was like, "Hey, we're trying to do some comedy here in Steamboat. Who's in?" And my roommate knew that I had done it before.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Captain Christopher
Mm.
Rankin. Next
Shout
door.
out, Captain.
We're doing this. The podcast studio is my bedroom, by the way, which is funny because we've actually, this is the 5th attempt at the first podcast, or 10th, or I don't know, because apparently it's really hard to get audio that works. Anyways,
Anywho.
thanks for joining us for
Yeah.
for the 15th first podcast. So Captain's Next Door, he tagged me on a post on Facebook and was like, "Hey, you should do this," and I was like, "Right on, cool." And I jumped in that first one there at the Bra House. How
Sure
did you
did.
get in the first time?
Same thing. Facebook post. I was like, nobody tagged me because nobody knew who I was yet. Now I'm like a little Steamboat famous. People are like, "You're the funny girl." I'm like, sure am. Funny girl or the bitchy bartender? I don't know. Little bit of both.
It's better than sex offender. That's
Here's looking at you, Andrhey. And I saw it and I was like, fuck it. I want to find, like, there's no strip club here, so I had to find the most vulnerable thing I could do, and that was next to stripping,
right.
stand-up comedy.
Got to find a new way to like punish yourself.
Exactly. So I figured I would do that. We all met up at Dude and Dan's. It was me, Brittany, Andrhey, Miles, and Dom, and we kind of like, I would just explain it like magic happened. Like the stars aligned that night, and it was just so beautiful, and we laughed so much. And then we're like, we're all gonna give it our best try. Andrhey was the only one who'd done it before, and he's sitting there looking a little hungover and depressed right now, drinking a fucking plastic water bottle. Get with the times, man.
He's in our live studio audience.
He's in our
right now.
live studio audience. And then we all met up at Bra House. Kyle made me piss myself laughing. Everyone else did also a great job, but I didn't know him.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I wasn't there for the first little
Yeah.
shindig.
Or like
there.
a little shindig.
I always like to refer to Kyle as like we had like our original 5 founding members, and then like we were like the Power Rangers.
Yes.
And then Kyle just came in and had to be our White Ranger for whatever reason.
For sure.
I wanted to be the Redneck Ranger. I'll be honest.
The
Dibs.
Redneck Ranger.
Dibs. Called it. Roll Tide.
And Spencer,
And Spencer was
you
Zordon?
joined us.
Trying to keep that analogy going.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so that was the first. Well, Miles, how did you first get into the first open mic?
Same thing. Brittany posted on Facebook. I responded. Then she called me and was like, "Me and Dom are meeting up right meow." And I talked to Dom, and then me and him kind of like, well, let's set a date and let's all round table up again. And then we did, and that's when we met y'all at Dude and Dan's. But yeah, like I just kind of was, for me, I'd written on some sitcoms back in Bama that never went anywhere. I just went to a writer's room with some people that just sucked. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just sucked. So I just kind of did it, man, and it's been weird ever since.
Yeah.
Especially the way Kendra's looking at me.
I was looking at you because I felt like I was breathing into the microphone really heavily.
You kind of were a little bit.
I was. I saw you looking at me. I was like,
Hey.
ugh.
I know, you were making, I was like,
is there a breeze rolling in here? And then I looked over at Kendra's
I'm like,
schnoz.
yep. It's been weird ever since. Every time I talk, Kendra just has this weird look on her face, and it's just been weird every time.
Well,
Well,
That's what we keep her around for.
I guess so.
So yeah, and then we all did the first open mic at Bra House here.
Terrifying.
Which I'll never do there again, like ever,
No,
even if there's a fire.
we're probably gonna do it there again.
Well,
You don't have to come.
Well, no, well,
Maybe. Probably. Bra House, shout out to you guys.
shout out to Bra House. No, it's
Shout out
much
Bra House.
appreciated. Miles
Yeah.
is a dick.
Yeah.
Bra House is great.
look.
The owner is a super nice dude. And
I'm not saying. Yeah, okay. I just have bad luck there. All right, it's nothing against Bra House. It's just.
No, your first set there, you killed.
Oh, my
killed.
first set, but then I'm 1-3 there. Like
That's
know.
not too bad.
That's batting 333. That's like our
Shut the
Pujols.
fuck up, Spencer.
Yeah.
God damn it,
Yeah.
Sordon.
Yeah,
Jesus
dude.
Christ, dude.
All right, so but speaking of the Spence House, so then from there, we did the one, and then Spencer actually worked for me at Ragnar's #the best steamboat restaurant in town.
Okay, it was literally
That's a good
voted
ha-
the
that's a long
one
hashtag,
restaurant in
Kyle.
Ski
Yeah, you're
Towns
right.
that doesn't
How do I
suck.
shorten that?
Like that was the actual
Hashtag
title.
Ragnar's.
The
Hashtag
actual title
best.
is the actual
Hashtag
title is
not
restaurant
AIDS.
that doesn't suck. Let's
Yeah, no, you can Google restaurants that don't suck, and we're on some list. For some
Yeah,
of
you
them.
you can't just say you're the best restaurant in Steamboat. No.
Yeah, but we are though. So I was like, Spencer,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
shout out to
do
T-Bar
this.
for that. Best food.
T-Bar's pretty sweet, but what's-
Anywho, Spencer
Splitting
was just
hairs
your
here.
little
He was my-
busser.
here's my busser boy,
Yeah.
and
The
I
best
said,
busboy,
Spencer,
yeah.
come here and tell me funny jokes.
Yeah.
And he said, yes,
Well,
master.
Technically, Brittany beat you to it.
Fuck.
Yeah, Brittany beat you to it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I went into TNT. I had a friend, she was working, and then she was like, "Oh, Brittany, yeah, Spencer tells funny jokes." And then Brittany just kind of came in pretty hot with it, like, wait, I mean, that's not
She
Hot
came
as
in
in-
pretty hot with it.
no, pretty hot with the you should join
But
like
say-
do
but
stand up
funny
comedy.
thing was I
And it was
understood
kind of weird.
exactly what he meant though. Like
Yeah, like, and I
She
wasn't
came in
expecting
hot.
it to kind of like escalate to that point, 'cause like I've had people that are like, hey, this is my friend Spencer. He's pretty funny, and none of those times have somebody been like, oh well, you should do stand up comedy with us, a group. We're doing it next week. Like, be there or be
True.
square. Like, so
True.
I was like, oh,
I
whoa,
don't
that's
think that happens very often.
We
No,
fucking
no.
revolutionized this
No.
shit in Steamboat. It's fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah,
Love
no,
it
we
so
have
much.
that's like why kind of the inspiration for this podcast is just kind of if you're in a smaller town somewhere and you want to get into it, because that was a big thing with me in a lot of places. I was like, I'm really into comedy, but like I don't have a venue, I don't have an outlet to do it at. You can make your own goddamn venue.
Outlet, feedback, venue, everything. You know what I mean? We started from the bottom. Now we here, dog.
If But like Spencer was just saying a minute ago, I think the biggest thing is what made it easiest, what made the easiest of all of it is you can't do it by yourself at all whatsoever.
I mean,
They
you
were
can,
gonna
but
have
you'll
to.
feel like
can,
a
but,
crazy
like-
It's gonna be
person.
cutthroat, Miles.
I'm just saying,
Watch out.
like sometimes you gotta form Voltron. That's another weird young children's reference I'm making. But sometimes you gotta come together. You know.
Wait, why don't you just keep the Power Rangers reference? You can
I
make your
don't-
Megazord.
Yeah, you're mixing your metaphors
Guys,
now.
is that
It's
really-
just-
Yeah, I think
it's
you're-
becoming
wait,
a mess.
Is that really the point here? Is that really the point here? Is that what we want to talk about?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so pretty sweet. Small towns. Anyone out there who wants to get into stand-up comedy, just fucking do it. Every time, I'm a nervous wreck up there. Every time I'll go up, I'll look at myself in the mirror, I'll go, fuck what anyone else thinks if they're not up here doing the same thing, 'cause it's honestly terrifying. And
Yeah, but I mean,
Like,
it's
agreed?
terrifying. But I wouldn't say in a. Not
it's
like
like an
an, like,
adrenaline
you shouldn't do
way.
this.
No,
Yeah.
it's like that's like I don't jump out of planes, but I'll go up on a stage and
You definitely like once you do it, you have like a, like because we've had a couple open mics where like people have gone up and like for the first time and not done so hot,
yeah,
and I have so much respect.
so
for
much respect.
because you just got to get up there and do it if it's something you're into. I mean, there's no other. It's unlike
It's a craft.
yeah, it's a
What-
craft, but it's like I've heard people talk about like if you want to be a really good musician, you can sit at home and practice your guitar all day. You can't sit at home and practice your stand-up comedy.
No, that's
all
fucking
day.
weird.
You gotta go out and do it. You gotta do it in front of somebody, or else it's
Exactly.
like it doesn't count.
Exactly.
Because it's all about reactions and working with people.
All right. I will say though, before Andrhey jumps on the track, that like all stand-up comedy is like you ever show your wiener to a complete stranger, and then like
You mean like
That's-
today?
Well, I mean,
Like-
you've got in for exams, and the doctor comes in, and then you show your wiener, and it's like really,
Are you
And he
getting
goes,
really
what
uncomfortable.
the fuck is that?
It's really uncomfortable,
you
but
gonna
then,
Are you gonna keep calling it your wiener though?
but
They're
I
just
mean,
like,
what I'm saying is, like, once the wiener's out for like 7 or 8 seconds, then
Once
you're
the
like,
wiener's out.
okay, that's, you guys get what I'm saying, right?
No.
No.
I,
Is it an Oscar Mayer
Yeah,
or a
yeah. Jared's
Nathan's?
over there. Yeah, yeah. There's the big
You
but
might not
oh.
know, but I don't have a dick, actually. I don't.
What the
And
fuck,
I know.
Ken?
Then
What the fuck, Ken?
I wouldn't know. I don't know. But anyways, thank you.
There's something in
There's
there.
something
though.
in there. Just,
Yeah.
well,
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
vulnerable.
There's
It's a state of
something-
vulnerability. It's
Yeah.
a state of vulnerability.
Yeah, and it sucks. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh.
Are we tag teaming out? Okay.
yeah. Andre's gonna hop in.
Coming to the stage, we have Andrhey Martinez.
Andre fucks. Andre fucks. Andre fucks.
This guy?
Andre fucks.
Yeah, we're starting
This
a
guy
hashtag.
fucks.
It's a
Hashtag.
It's
Andre
a
fucks.
movement.
Andre's on the mic. Say hello, Andrhey.
hello, hi.
So Andrhey is one of, I like to call the original 6, which is the 6 of us who did the first 2 shows together, which would be us 4 fine people, plus Spencer, who just took a seat, and Dom.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
So like kind of like continue on this theme. Like we did these open mics, but what's kind of given us a name for ourselves, especially for people who are starting out and haven't really gone into a lot of things, we kind of right away jumped in with both feet, and we did a couple like big shows where we did like
local
I-
bars.
yeah, local bars. I don't want to call it like a comedy special because it wasn't recorded, but we more or less like sold tickets, put out flyers, and we're like, hey, we're doing a comedy show with the 6 of us
Yeah.
at there's a place in town here called Old Town Pub, which has a big stage,
Yeah,
big venue.
Sean.
Shout out
Sean.
OTP.
Giving us a
OTP.
shot. And we had tremendous success,
Yeah.
like unbelievable success.
Well, I think a big thing here, so we have the Chief Theater, which does improv, which is great. Also another awesome comedy outlet. But I think what we wanted to do was hit up the local bars. At least when me, Brittany, and Dom were originally talking about it, is like supporting the places that we go to every day.
Sure.
Making it chill, like making it fun atmosphere. People already want to go to OTP. People already want to go to the Barley, which we have our next open mic on July 16th and then July 30th.
Heck yeah, we do.
So, yeah, just been lining it up and being able to bring some, like, nobody's ever done comedy at fucking OTP. It was just really, really cool, and people reacted so well to it. Yeah.
It's in general, I think that's what's kind of driven this group is from the start, like, which is a freaking, like, anomaly in itself. Is
Yeah.
like, again, like I was just telling you about Brauhaus. Like, I've only had one good show at Brauhaus, but that one show is what kept me doing it. I'll never forget that night. That was one that's just
Yeah, that first night was great, man. We
Yeah,
had a packed
like,
house, too.
literally, like, within a few hours, we had like that whole word just spread out. Like, hey, there's gonna be stand up at the Brauhaus.
We
and
took over the open
yeah,
mic.
like
it was
we
music
it
and-
was literally like a guy with a guitar and a girl with the harmonophone, which is like an
She's really good, actually.
She's really good. I like, dude, I almost couldn't
Shout
do
out to
comedy.
Harmonophone
Yeah,
girl. I don't
girl,
know what her
yeah.
name is.
I almost
up,
couldn't
girl?
do comedy because she like made me cry with how great like this fucking harmonophone, which is like, if you don't know, it's like an accordion mixed with an old school piano, and it's not whatever, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
But
it's like an accordion, but like it's not like Weird Al style where you play it on your chest. Like it was.
You
it's
sit
like,
down and you play it because
you
you're
sit on-
classy.
it's like
it's
a
a
box.
harmonium, and
Oh, I'm
they
sorry.
use it during traditional, like, Indian songs or
Tampon
you know.
commercials.
Oh my god.
Thank
And,
you,
I
Andrey.
love the
Thanks,
Shania
Andrey.
Twain covers there.
Yeah, but it was beautiful the way she played the maxi pad commercial.
Because
And
man, I
and B
feel
minor.
like a max. I don't know any other
Man.
Shania Twain songs.
I feel a heavy flow. Oh, bow, 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 down, down, down. Maxi.
Let's flow, girl.
That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah, anyways, she played a harmonium and it was dope. And yeah, like I said, like people like did not come to hear the harmonium. They eventually finally just came to be like, "Where's Steamboat Comedy at? Like, what's up with
The
this?"
place was fucking packed.
It was
They'd like
packed.
call in other bartenders. People
Oh,
were waiting like
dude.
40 minutes for a beer. Shout out Braho still. I mean, I would have hated my life, to be honest.
Yeah, they didn't really know what they were into. They had
No,
that one
we didn't
server,
know-
and he was
yeah.
like, "There's 85 people in this
Yeah,
tiny bar. What do I do
tiny.
right now?"
Yeah.
I just want to say sorry because I'm so thankful that they gave us that venue.
Me
I mean, like,
too.
such a great first show.
It was what kicked it off. It
Yeah.
was so cool. What a good feeling.
And then we, like a bunch of wild people, just jumped into a 2-hour show. After
Oh yeah,
that.
like we could just do a
Like,
show.
oh, we
I've done it. I've done open mic twice.
Yeah, I've done open mic
Perfect.
twice. How about I'll just like headline a show
Yeah.
at Old Town Pub and sell tickets, and it'll be sold out, and it worked. We did it, and it worked, you guys.
Done did it and done worked. It was a good
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Like, where do we go from here now? You know what I mean? Like, it's
Where
just
we go
got to
now?
keep the momentum going. So we had those 2 shows, and then
So yeah, well,
took like a mini hiatus
yeah,
until we had O'Neill's. Shout out to O'Neill's. We are trying to do a big show there. That'd
So
be
yeah,
really fun.
kind of do like a rundown. We did at Old Town Pub. We did a show for Valentine's Day, which we called Desperation
Desperation
Day.
That was
Day.
that was the Old
That's
Town Pub
fucking
one.
that was the first one. Went
hilarious.
very well.
So well.
That was so many cringy flashbacks for me on that one.
So many dicks.
No, you're great.
yeah, well,
So
that-
much dick jokes.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Valentine's
Desperation
Dixology.
Day. It's all about dicks.
Dicks.
Yeah.
Dicks on dicks. Anyways, my mouth is watering.
And then the next one
St. Patrick's
we did was
Day.
the St. Patrick's Day special.
In true form to St. Patrick's Day, we're all a little but it still went pretty well.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
still
we were funny, but it was just it's just
Things-
a learning curve.
yeah. Well, we had a bottle of Jack Daniels in the green room before the show, and I think that was kind of.
That
I
was-
literally I was up last, and I was like, I need to sober up right now. It's like, holy shit.
I was nervous going up there. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm
Yeah.
a little too faded. I'm like
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
too faded. I
It
think I delivered okay.
Yeah.
I think it
But
actually kind of worked. I don't know with you guys, but like being a little bit buzzed, I feel like a little crowd work kind of thing, like talking with people, like going back was a little easier.
I
you know what I mean?
black out every time I go up there. I don't know
Really?
who. Yeah, I especially the 2 OTP shows. I literally go
You don't
up
remember
there.
anything?
I don't remember how my set went. That's why I freak out every time. I'm like, how did I do? How did I? Because I don't remember, and I don't see anyone in the audience.
And
I
that's why
don't
we all
hear.
lie, and we're like, it was great, Kendra.
Oh man, no.
I-
no, 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 no,
The-
no, 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 no.
The,
No,
the,
it's
weird, the
great.
weird thing is though is like what I don't get is like when I actually get on a roll, I lose all like concept of time.
Oh no shit, Sherlock.
I mean, well, no, I don't like. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well, that was the first show was great, but the only thing, because we're all so goddamn green, is that everyone went over so long. That
Oh, and
right?
Kyle's like, this is not how we do it. Like, we need to
I
have
was
set
trying to-
times. I was like,
'cause-
I don't know anything.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I was like, you guys, normally it's 5 minutes at a club, and we were going like 25 minutes a person. By the
Pacing.
time I got up on that one, I think we were 2.5 hours in.
the problem was
Which
though
is
is that like
insane.
everyone was still hanging out. It wasn't like people were
No,
leaving.
yeah, no, it still actually went pretty well. I mean, as far as it's not like people were like, I'm bored and they left. I mean, some did, but for the most part, even 3 hours in, we had a ton of people. You know,
And one thing that I thought was dope was Mr. Andrhey though, being all quiet over here. He
Yeah, you
he did
fucking
the
weirdo.
coolest thing though is when he got heckled, he just like I don't know, he got into it and like
I
That was
love
like
when Andre
the
gets
best
heckled.
part of his set is he just
Yeah.
that
We call him the
that's-
Colorado Bomber.
because he's
Sorry.
dropping bombs on these
True
fucking
story.
hecklers. How about that? Boom, turn that one around for you.
Boom. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I like being heckled because it keeps you on your toes and it just makes you. I don't know. I like it.
You gotta stay sharp, and that's a good thing. As
I
far
don't
as,
even
like,
hear
improv
them.
goes.
I don't even hear them.
Well, you black out. So
I
you don't
literally
hear
black
anything.
out, not even from alcohol, just from like pure scares. Pure scares.
You're scares.
Pure scares.
Not just one scare, but plural
pure,
scares.
Plural pure scares up there. Like, people are like, you seem so confident. I'm like, it's all a fucking lie.
You're like, I'm really drunk.
I'm fucked up.
Uh,
After the show, like I always like, I just try to get people to buy me drinks. Really, like during my set, I'm like, oh, flirt with you. I'm single. Yeah, maybe I'll suck your dick if you buy me a drink. Like I'm like really.
There's no
Until recently, we have Jenna, who's been really funny coming to the open mics. But I've been the only girl really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bringing material.
I
so
mean, like Brittany was like I said, one of the founders.
Yeah.
She didn't really want to do the stand up set, so she kind of started out as like our host.
Yep.
And she kind of told some jokes and did some things like that and got up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've been the only one as a female sitting up there and famale.
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 And yeah,
Famale tamale. Anyways, yeah.
hot famale.
Hot famale. Ooh.
You like that?
Netflix special.
Kendra Ruth.
Hot famale.
Hot famale.
I like the sound of it. Well, my auntie does cook me green chili cheese tamales every Christmas. So I feel like that would be tamales. Anyways, yeah, being the lady holding it down up there. Mucho gusto. It's intimidating. Not really. I'm just joking. I'm funnier than all of you. I'm just joking.
She did much.
It's just a gun. I'm really not.
Yeah, she is.
But what was I going with? Oh yeah, just sucking dicks for drinks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So astrology.
After the after the St. Patrick's Day show, we I think we did another couple open mics after that.
I think we did the O'Neills.
No, we also had like a Bra House open mic that we did.
Yeah, okay, we did an
Yeah, we did,
O'Neill's
yeah.
one, and
And
we
the
did a
Bra
Bra House one.
Those were kind of.
We started
Yeah.
getting a little ahead of ourselves, and we
Yeah.
started doing one like once a week or once every other week. Like we
Well,
were,
it's the problem was we kind of when we switched venues. I think
we switched like venues a lot. We definitely turtle
we
shelled.
switched to O'Neill's, and that was okay.
Oh,
There was a good
trying it
turnout,
out.
but there was a lot of people coming up like new, and like the vibe was a little bit weird, and the setup was a little bit weird. Which
Yeah.
is like this is again
Learning.
a DIY comedy podcast.
Literally.
Like if you're gonna get into doing comedy, you gotta understand that it's not always gonna go well.
Very trial and error.
Yeah.
Trial and error.
Forgive her. She's from Boston.
Words. Error.
It's my trial and error.
It's fucking trial and error, dude.
So the O'Neill's open mic was I mean it was interesting. It was a learning experience. Any open mic is a good experience. But
practice.
after that we did one more
Bra House.
Bra House after that,
Yeah.
which was also kind of an experience because we didn't advertise it as well as we should have.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of like families there eating dinner
Oh,
and things
I
like that. You remember
forgot
that?
about
Yeah.
that. Oh.
It was so
Yeah.
we first got there. We were supposed to go in like
Oh,
7,
it's
but there was a bunch of
bad.
like people there eating,
Children.
and so they're like, "Hey, you mind like waiting a little bit?" We ended up waiting, I think, like an hour and a half or
Yeah, we
something
did.
like
this,
that.
And this is again like these experiences are just why I dwell so negatively about my Bra House experiences, and it's not on the establishment themselves. It's about my experiences there. You know, I don't want them to take it personally.
Well, I don't think anyone had a good experience that last show.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
It's
No.
horrible.
Yeah, it was
was-
weird.
Bad. It was weird. Fucking.
Spencer had a moment with that with a kid. It was
Oh,
that sounds
God.
bad.
I'm pretty sure Miami Dan did start off with like a cum joke.
Yeah,
Like,
like
how the
yeah.
cum tastes different or something like that. And I was just like, this
pineapples
is
and
not.
Skittles.
And
yeah.
cinnamon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird. But then the sun came out and we kicked fucking ass at this awesome venue that Butcher Knife set up. Butcher Knife is a local brewery here.
Oh yeah.
Shut up.
Just a little bit a little bit outside of town. It was right about to be mud season. So we live in Steamboat Springs. Most of you who are listening probably live here too. However, if anyone else doesn't live here and is listening, we're a very seasonal place. So we got summertime's popping off with the river, hiking, mountain biking. Wintertime is all about the skiing and
But the
snowboarding.
nar-nar.
The nar, sure in the nar.
More powder.
Powder.
dude.
Nah. And and so mud season comes around spring and fall, and that's when everyone either like leaves town. So we wanted to do a big industry night. A lot of us work in the service industry or have worked in the service industry, and we wanted to give a free show as
Meaning restaurants, by the way, for people who are
oh,
not into that kind of thing.
who are dumb.
Food and beverage.
And good old food and beverage here. And we wanted to give a free show as an end of the season kind of pop off, and it was amazing. We had lovely Kyle Lee Ruff hosting for his first night.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of did a showcase of some of our newer comics who had been coming to the open mics, and they delivered.
Yeah,
They did
shout
really
out to Felicity and Doc.
So that was awesome. And then we each had like a 10-minute set, and we all absolutely fucking crushed.
Yeah, so we record audio of pretty much all of our sets.
Yep.
And I need to apologize to everyone and Brittany like 1,000 times, because Brittany was like, you know what? I got a guy who could do a video recording
And we
of
didn't
this show.
do it. No, we shouldn't.
And I was like, no. We don't need to pay some guy to do that. We'll record it on our own. And our audio recorder cut out 20 minutes in. And that whole show is gone forever.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was like literally so good. It makes me want to
So
die.
good.
It was so
I mean, like,
good.
I can't believe, the more we like talk about that kind of thing, I can't believe that no comedian has done any kind of a special on this service industry, because it's such a huge industry. It's something like, I don't know, it's like a huge percentage of Americans work in the service
absolutely.
industry.
But like, if you don't work in the service industry, you're the fucking customer that we're talking about. So,
Right. Well, it's like the movie
Like,
Waiting. Like,
yeah.
anyone who's worked in restaurants for any period of time can watch the movie Waiting and
and
like
feel it.
and relate to it,
In the
because it's
bones.
such a niche thing, and it is like every single person goes to restaurants. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like going to a factory.
I would
it's
argue
a thing
there,
that everyone has experience.
There's a lot of people this 4th of July weekend who literally have never been out in fucking public
Right?
before.
See, that's just
I
it.
swear to God, this weekend I was like, oh, this is so much material. My soul is gone, but I have great material.
Exactly.
You know, I have like a huge fear of doing things on 4th of July, because there's a 4th of July I just don't talk about anymore. I refuse to talk about.
Shit. Well, you're
like-
gonna have to hit that with the open mic.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Maybe it's
Rough.
bad.
It's bad.
It's so bad. Okay, I need y'all to take my word for it. It's just bad. Okay.
But
Yeah.
anyways, Butcher Knife was sweet. Service
Yeah,
industry.
It went so unbelievably well.
Yeah.
It's really
And
cool because it's very like industrial, because we did it in the brewing room. And so
Yeah.
I'm just painting a little picture for you. I was freaking the fuck out. I kind of like took over the project because I just needed it to get done. And we brought in all these cool rugs and scarves and lamps, and they built a stage for us and had all these benches out, and we just set up this really cool vibe at the back of this brewery. And it was
literally the opposite of the
We
fire
thought there's-
festival.
there's
Like, guys, like
Everything
I
went
want
according
I
to
it
want-
plan.
happened.
like it
Yeah.
the difference is it happened, and we did it with no budget, and literally
no
it,
budget.
it was literally like our
That is
own.
the opposite of Fire Festival.
It's like literally the opposite of Fire Festival. We did it with no budget, no investors. Literally, we're like,
No.
we got lampshades, we got carpets, we
Blink
know.
182 didn't cancel on us.
Yeah, like Kyle's Blink 182 in this picture.
Oh man. Anyways, we were expecting we're like, oh, maybe like 70 people will come. There was like 150 fucking people
it was
there.
great.
There were
Yeah.
so many people.
And there's so many people that like came late too, that just caught like the last 5 minutes that
Yeah.
were like literally like, holy shit, there's a service industry thing. Fuck, I'm working.
I think we should do another one.
Well,
is that
as you might mention, so that was kind of the wrap up of the winter. But to give you a little preview of what's going on in the future, so we just, as of right now, we're recording it, and hopefully this gets out on time. It's the second week of July. We've done a couple shows at the Barley for open mic.
Thanks,
which is going
Justin.
very- yeah, Justin's
It's
the
been
man.
going great.
The Barley's great. We're gonna do a couple more coming up in the next couple weeks.
Open mics.
Open mics.
Bring your best 5
yeah,
minutes.
which by the way, that means
Practice.
anybody can come. Anybody can do it. We've had a few people who
Really
have come
funny.
out and done very good jobs. Very good jobs. And we're always trying to build this scene. But we have a few things in the works. We've been talking with some. I don't want to spoil too much.
Don't spoil it, but just give a little
But-
taste. A little taste.
There's a couple bigger name comedians that we've been in contact with who are down to come do another show with us at one of two venues. I don't want to say where, but should be about the end of the summer. We'll have some big things coming our way.
Another mud season special.
Another mud season special. We think it's going to be great. We also have, we're going to keep trying to do open mics about every other week for
We have 2 open mics, but then we have our next big show.
Oh, yes, of course.
At Chief Theater.
Chief Theater.
Awesome local nonprofit, for those of you who don't know. They do a lot of improv there, a little plays there, and we are going to take over for a showcase of local comedy night on August 3rd. Hell yeah. It's going to be real good. There's going to be probably between 8 and 10 of us up there. It's going to be a free show, and I think we're going to have, so what we're trying to do, we, like we said, have no investors, unlike Fry Festival. Might do a little type of bake sale, a little fundraiser so we can get our own PA system. So anyone who wants to throw a little this way, a little, that'd be awesome. But be there for the show, and it's going to be amazing.
Be there for some Miles baked goods. Because I baked the goods.
I'm going to make empanadas.
I'm going to make beignets.
Oh, shit.
Make you
I'm going to make jokes.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just because I can't bake.
He's
That's-
just going to talk about his penis.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of things are in the work, and I feel this huge momentum, and it's fucking sweet.
Mercury's in retrograde or whatever. What's good?
What's good right now? Nothing. We're in Cancer season. Oh, Lord.
Anyways.
Anywho, I'll get that to another
Your
time.
#1 astrology podcast, Steamboat Comedy. So stay tuned. Please, if you're listening, follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter under Steamboat Comedy.
At Steamboat Comedy.
Yeah. Look us up in Narnia. We hang out by the lion. Check it out. It's
Yeah.
dope. You know.
Mm.
Is that what is?
I don't know, dude. I was just saying something.
Gotta shoot the score, baby.
Yep.
All right, so thank you everyone who's listening. We're gonna keep bringing things your way soon, and we very much appreciate it. Everyone say goodbye. This podcast is brought to you by Andrhey's Money, who bought all of our equipment, so thank you, Andrhey.
Also,
And-
Amputator by Butcher Knife.
Yes, also brought to you loosely by Butcher Knife, which is what is getting us drunk.
Awesome. And then little goodbye song. We haven't even kissed yet, and we're doing us a mile tonight. I just made that up. It's pretty catchy. So thanks, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Peeing
Good
in
night.
her butt, and I'm saying good night tonight.